this is very real. It kind of feels like a dream. It kind of feels like a movie, but this is fucking real. Hey, how's it going, guys? It is John Reyes here again with another episode of the EcomVids vlog. This is episode number 2, and today I just want to talk about how coronavirus has been affecting the world and my business and other fellow entrepreneurs and employees and people who've lost their jobs and our families and just kind of everything. Right now, it's a very, very difficult time in the world as entrepreneurs, as families, just pretty much anyone who is held responsible for someone or something in a financial situation, because this is a place of a lot of uncertainty. And in the last month or so, maybe even less than that, the e-commerce world has definitely taken a shift. And for some people who are in this space, are definitely making a lot of money because a lot of people are looking for ways to protect themselves, to, buy certain goods that are going to help their immunity, who are going to protect their, hands and bodies and stuff. So that market is totally hot right now. But for others who aren't selling goods that are, necessarily needed at this time, are certainly being affected. On top of that, production in China, I'm sure, has slowed down a lot for a lot of people. So sourcing products and delivery times is probably getting backed up even further. How it's affected our business is, I would say, pretty dramatic, because we live in the state of California. And just recently in California, they basically told businesses to, or everybody, the whole state, to stay inside. And they've closed down restaurants and public areas. So, gyms, restaurants, I think that's pretty much nationwide. People are staying in. And for businesses like us who depend on actors to come into our studio to shoot videos, we're not allowing this to continue in our business because of potentially spreading the disease. And, we have actors from all over the place, up in LA, down in San Diego, Orange County. And so we don't have complete control over what they're doing. And it could put our team and our families at risk. And we've just kind of made the executive decision that we are going to have to pause all queued projects that still require production to temporarily be on pause. Now, that's dozens and dozens of open projects, and you can only imagine what that's doing for us as a company. The next month to 2 months is a little uncertain in terms of where the world is going, if this is going to get any better, if people are going to start buying and people are going to start selling again, because a lot of people are either, saving their money, or they're investing it in certain things and certain things that are going to actually create a return for them. But, nothing is for certain right now. And that's, I think, what a lot of you guys are probably experiencing right now as entrepreneurs in your businesses, whether you're physical goods product, whether you're a service-based business, whether you're an app, whatever it is. And especially if you're a brick and mortar, I've just heard some horror stories with people getting laid off and people losing their jobs. Restaurants down here in Orange County that are, renowned top-of-the-line restaurants have just done insane mass layoffs and fires that are just going to completely crush the company. What does this mean for, these small businesses who don't operate profitably every month, or are operating with very little margins and required to be open every single day? This is insane. I think this is going to shift our economy. It's going to shift our world, because nobody, I'm sure there's experts out there that predicted this, but people who are in the day to day, that grind, that hustle, look, I'm trying to make ends meet, are not thinking about a pandemic like this that would happen worldwide, right? And so the time has come. It's already too late. And so if you weren't prepared financially, if you weren't prepared mentally, if you weren't prepared, with security or even with resources, then you're going to be in a tighter position than other people who are, right? But that's not to say you don't have an opportunity to take advantage of this time. And so right now, with how everything's going, I believe it's really testing all of the leaders within these companies, all leaders in the households. Everyone's just trying to figure out the solution and trying to figure out whether to sink or swim. And being the entrepreneur that I am, this is the time to take action. This is the time not to sit around and wait for the government to do anything for you, and not expect out of nowhere for this to just vanish, right? If you stay still, you will sink. And it's very, very apparent that this is happening nationwide, worldwide, and it's debilitating, and it's depressing, and it's really, really shocking. Seeing a lot of industries just kind of collapse overnight, and I'm extremely grateful that I'm in a position where my business, for the most part, is conducted online, and being online allows me to not necessarily shut down permanently, or not accept traffic to my website. But even though I have an online business, I still can't produce my product because there is a nationwide, like, temporary lockdown. And so this, in production, if you can't, every step is reliant on each other. So if I can't produce the videos, then my editors can't edit videos. And in the Philippines, I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of teams in the Philippines, and right now they're experiencing a countrywide lockdown, and it is not pretty. It's not pretty, and it's affecting our business too, and it's affecting our flow. And so that is another obstacle that we have to face right now as a company, and figure out, okay, how do we allow our teams, our offshore teams, to continue working? And given that, they don't have fast internet, and, they can't travel because they're locked in. And so all these different things, we're trying to come up with solutions. And right now, I've never seen the team come together so well and form, solutions together. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's like-minded in the sense that, hey, we have to help protect the company. We have to help protect our families, and we have to get through this together. And so I don't know what you guys are experiencing in your businesses right now, but this is a time not to sit around and, be on Facebook all day, watch the news. This is the time to invest your time, right? Not panic, not freak out. But this is time to build. This is the time to pivot. This is the time to learn. This is the time to take action, because if you don't, you're going to be just like everybody else in this world who are just freaking out. And, I'm not going to lie. There's a sense of, uncertainty within me. I'm not anxious, or I'm not panicking. It's just, okay, this is the time that the universe says, okay, this is when you're supposed to do this action. You're supposed to take this action in your life, in your business, right? And I think for the whole world, what is that next action that we have to take as people, as a society, right? Because we weren't prepared for this. Hospitals weren't prepared for this. Banks, hotels, travel, all that stuff. We weren't prepared for this. And, in this situation, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to transition, right? It's going to be a very, very different place once this thing kind of slows down, because who knows, is our restaurants just going to pop back open again? People are going to be shopping at malls. People are going to be going to concerts. Who knows? But regardless, people right now are at their homes or in their homes, right? And I think this is a really good opportunity to be in the e-commerce space if you're selling like on Amazon, because people are looking for supplies, right? They're looking for things to make them better. They're trying to figure out, taking supplements. They're buying books. They're getting educated, and I think it's going to be a huge shift of a lot of things going online, right? So if you weren't online, this is your chance to start building an online presence, and it's just some people won't be able to make that shift, and it's going to cause difficult struggles in people's lives for sure. I anticipate, people living on the streets. There's going to be recession. There's going to be a whole lot that this country did not expect. And right now, we just have to be grateful. If you are healthy, if you are sheltered, maybe you lost your job. This is still a time to be grateful, despite what's happening. Initially I wasn't really thinking this was a big deal. Okay. Like, I'm not that type of person to get into the media, and I don't really buy into these fear tactics. But whether you believe it or not, in other countries are being affected, and businesses are being affected, and people are getting affected. And even my own family members, their savings are getting wiped out right now. And so you guys are probably too in that position. This is very real. It kind of feels like a dream. It kind of feels like a movie, but this is fucking real. And I think we as leaders, we as a society, we have to turn on our critical thinking skills and our leadership skills and really come together and figure out solutions, okay? Because none of this waiting around and hoping for change and all this stuff, none of that is going to happen. I don't care if the government sends us money, $1,000 check, that's not going to do anything for us. We have to create these solutions. And, I think ultimately we will get through this, right? I was watching my son. He's 13 months and he has no clue what's going on. And I'm just seeing him playing around, and it is a blessing having him during this time because he's very young. I just think, okay, when he's like 5 or 10, I'm gonna tell him like, hey, look, JMO, back in 2020 when you were 1 year old, the whole world just decided to take a crap. And you're so fortunate that you weren't experiencing that in its fullest effect. But this is that time. We're living in that time, and we just have to face it. And we have to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in our team. We have to invest in our faith. We have to invest in our families. Like, it's a scary time. It's a very scary time, but I am confident that there are solutions and answers to everyone's issues. I would not rely on anybody but yourself and your ability to take action in the world and make that path for you. Like, there's still a lot of abundance out there. There's still a lot of opportunity out there, but sitting around waiting for it and watching the news, you're not going to make that opportunity. That opportunity is not going to fall at your doorstep. That opportunity is not going to just appear on your phone. Like, you have to go and find it. And if it's not there, you got to keep finding it, and you got to work at it, and you got to build it. And that's what we're doing right now as a company, because for sure, the worst case scenario, if this does continue and all things remain constant, yeah, for sure, it'll put us out of business. It already has put a lot of people out of business, and people who thought that they were protected and had everything figured out. This is just a time that no one expected. And so this country needs to figure out ways to get itself out of this mess. But it starts with, the entrepreneurs, the action takers, the risk takers, the builders, the teachers, the mentors, all these leaders that are pushing forward to make a new shift in mindset, a new shift in skill set, new shift in how we treat this opportunity. And I think Not enough people are doing that. So if you have been affected by this, if you've gotten laid off, if your business is struggling, if you are about to close your doors, I feel for you, and I do have confidence that it will get better, and I do have confidence in you to figure out a solution. The universe is testing us. The universe is saying, "Hey, you guys need to chill out. This is just a warning. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse." And we're so inundated with these social media and kind of living this selfish lifestyle, but when push comes to shove and you're not prepared, that's when it really defines you as a person. But stay close to your family. Start looking for opportunity. Read, invest in your education, and we will get through this. But do not sit around and wait for something to happen. That's it for me, guys. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are healthy, and I hope that opportunity comes to you guys throughout this really turbulent time. That's it for me, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks.